Yo, yo, what's good, man? What y'all up to today? I'm just here doing a PM service, trying to get in here, get it done. Then I'll get out here in this Atlanta traffic, go pick up my next load. Leslie, what's going on? If y'all have a truck, man, try to make sure y'all keep up on the truck, especially the things the DOT mostly look for, like the lights, the tires, and adjust your brakes. I saw one guy the other day, he got put out of service because his brakes wasn't adjusted. That's something no driver should be put out of service for, because you could get under there, you could adjust all the brakes on the truck in about 20 minutes, tops. Yo, J True, I'll go on, yeah? Now I'm just there, I get a PM. I ain't feel like doing it, man, so I just take it to them so they do it. DB, big up, big up. Yeah, but adjusting the brakes on the truck is easy, man. No driver should be put out of service because the brakes not adjusted. And your lights, that's some of the things the DOT mostly look for. Your lights, your tires, and the brake adjustment. A lot of times if those good, they'll kind of look over the other stuff. Even if you have an air leak, sometimes they'll let you slide with an air leak if it's not too bad. But the three main things is the tires, the brakes, and the lights. And just get familiar with the truck. You could always go to a shop and some of them will show you how to do the brake adjustment if you don't know how to do it. And I got videos on my channel that show you how to adjust your brakes. A lot of those stuff are easy, but a lot of times when you start at those mega carriers, they don't show you how to do it. How much miles do you have on that truck?
I did.
Yeah, I be doing that. I be using that Lucas, but I only use it if the truck have a lot of miles on it. And some guys, they go overboard with that Lucas, man. They use it too much and it start caking up inside the engine. After a while, you start having engine problem because of it. So I try not to use it unless the truck have a lot of miles on it. That's when I put it in there. Or if you're burning a lot of oil. If you're burning more than, say, a gallon during between oil changes, that's when I use it. But less than that, you don't need to use Lucas. It's good for what they make it for, especially if you're not planning to keep the truck. You could use it, but if you're planning to keep the truck, you don't want to use it too much. So how much oil you lose between oil changes? I don't know, 465 on a 14 liter. That's good. If you ain't burning oil, I wouldn't even put Lucas in it. A lot of people recommend it, but I don't like using it, okay? It's too thick. If you had like 800,000 miles, then I'll tell you use it. But at 400,000, I wouldn't use it. And your lights, the lights are fairly easy to change. The only time you should get hit, DOT should put you out of service or stop you for a light, is if you're going down the road while the light go up. But if you're doing your pre-trip, oh, okay, that ain't bad then. Yeah, as long as you try not to use it all the time, because some guys even top off their oil with their Lucas. I wouldn't even do that. Yeah, but if you're doing a pre-trip and you see a light out, man, it's best to just go ahead and change it. Unless it's one of those lights at the top of the trailer. Then a lot of times you don't have nothing to go up there and change those. But the lights down below that you could get to, try to not let DOT stop you for one of those. Or if you see one out, just go ahead and change it. Always buy spare bulbs. I normally buy them off Amazon, or sometimes I get them off, sometimes I get them from Walmart. It's a lot cheaper than going to a truck stop. Or sometimes I even go to Advance or AutoZone. If I see AutoZone on the street and they have that center lane where the yellow line's at, I park the truck right in that center lane and go in AutoZone. You know, most of the AutoZones, during the day, you can't get in there with a truck. So I just park on the side of the street, go in there, get what I want, and come back up. Yeah, so I'm here waiting to get this PM done. I was going to wait till I take off and do it, but I don't know, I have some other stuff to do when I take off, so I decided to just get it done while I'm out here. Hey J True, what you have that 60 series in? That's a Freightliner, or I know them 60 series used to come in the Volvo at one time. Yeah, them LEDs are nice, man. And them things be bright. Especially them guys out of Florida with the FLDs. The Century and the Columbias. They be having some bright headlights in them. Even the fog lights be as bright as the headlights. A lot of them get them from Miami Star down in Medley. That's a nice chrome shop, and they open on the weekends. Them LEDs, do you just get the bulbs, or you get the kit with the ballasts on it? DB, I love them lights, boy. I don't know, I'm thinking about putting them in this truck. I got them in the International, but I haven't put them in this one yet. I think next time I go to Miami, I'll probably stop by at Miami Star and get them. Vic, what's good, man? You ain't missed nothing. I'm just here getting a PM. I got a load I gotta pick up this evening, so I decided just come get the PM while I'm sitting and doing nothing. Yeah, somebody was telling me about Rainy truck parts the other day. Well, my buddy, he got like he got 7 trucks, and that's where he ordered his parts from. He be getting the headlights from our Rainy truck parts. I never had checked them out, because most of the time when I need something, if I'm in Florida, I just go down to Miami Star and get it. Man, I know, man, but I don't feel like doing it. And then when I take off, I'm not even going to the house when I take off, so that's why I'm just gonna let them do it. And that's the bad part when you know how to work on your truck, man. It takes a lot for you to take it to somebody else. I've been wanting to get this done, but I just never want to take it to anybody. But since I'm here and I ain't doing nothing today, I say I might as well just do it. Man, tell the truth, I prefer the Freightliner. I prefer Freightliners over International. But when it comes to the ones I have, I prefer the International. Because this Freightliner have a stretch wheelbase. So some of the places I could go and turn around with that International, I can't turn around with this Freightliner. I got a big gap between the trailer and the back of the cab. Even when I slide the trailer all the way forward, I still have a big gap there. And the International, that truck wide open. They already take care of the region, all that other type of stuff. So that truck run a lot better than the International. I mean, than the Freightliner. Yeah, that's what I noticed with it. And one of my biggest downfall with the International is where they put the battery underneath the cab. If you don't have no air in the airbags, it's hard to take the side off. It's hard to take the skirt off. I end up having to cut a gap in one of my skirts in order to get it off, because the battery went dead and I couldn't get them out so I could replace them. But one thing I like about the International though is the bumper. You could just flip the front bumper down so you could slide under there and work on whatever you need to work on. But I'm gonna get back into the International though. Once I put the driver in this truck, I'm gonna get back in the International. Yeah, but most of the parts most of the parts I mostly buy Freightliner parts for. Like, what you call it? The alternator, the starter, the AC compressor. I get all that stuff from Freightliner. The engine is Cummins. The only thing I really get from International for their truck is the body parts, like the body panels, the mirrors and stuff like that. And those cab shacks are expensive, man. They're like $400 each from International. When I switch mine out, I just put the aftermarket ones on there. Cause you get the aftermarket for $180 for two. And International sell them for $400 for one. Yeah, yep. It's a big difference from the Freightliner, cause that's my first International. But the only way I get another one, if it have